Santham Academy. Welcome to Digital Kaksha. To get updates on new videos, click the subscribe button and
Hello students, today we will start with lesson 8, how do living organisms reproduce. Do you know how life continues on earth after so many years also? Yes, the answer is that because living organisms give birth to their young ones and in this way life continues. So what is this process of giving birth to young one is known as? The process of giving birth to young ones of their own kind is called reproduction. So what is reproduction? Reproduction is the process by which living organisms give birth to their young ones of their own kind. It means a dog will give birth to a dog, a cat will give birth to a cat. In this way, life continues on earth. Now, what is the importance of reproduction? Reproduction is necessary for continuity of life on the earth. After so many years also the life is continuing on earth because the process of reproduction is taking place. It also helps to replace the old ones by the young ones. Next, it also helps to increase the number of organisms of a particular species. Because if number of organisms are less, then after some time the species will become extinct, and if the number of organisms are more, then the chances of survival are more. So it also helps to increase the number of species. In this way, reproduction helps in continuity of life, survival of the species, and also to replace the old one by the young ones. After this, we will study what are the different types of reproduction. There are two types of reproduction: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Now, what are the different types of reproduction? There are two types of reproduction: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, one single parent is involved. One single parent is capable of giving birth to the young one. In this, the single parent is neither male nor female. It means it does not have any sex organs, or it does not have gametes, or that is the reproductive cells. So there are no male or female, a single parent like amoeba, paramecium, euglena, bacteria, etc. So in such living organisms which do not have gametes, that is the reproductive cells, or which do not have sex organs, are capable of reproducing by the mode of asexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, one single parent is involved in the process. As there is only one parent, so offsprings are exactly, or you can say almost similar to their parents. In asexual reproduction normally takes place in lower living organisms like bacteria, protozoa, fungus, etc. In higher organisms, asexual reproduction also takes place in plants, like in plants which do not bear seeds, or even to get better variety, asexual mode of reproduction can be used for plants like in mango, lemon, etc. So this is asexual reproduction, in which one single parent is there, gametes or the reproductive cells are absent, and offsprings are exactly similar to the parents. Next mode of reproduction is the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction means the gametes, that is the reproductive cells or the reproductive organs are present. Means the living organism have the gender, it is either male or female. So if the reproductive organs or gametes are present, then sexual mode of reproduction takes place. Here, two parents are involved in the process, that is the male and the female. Because two parents are involved, so mixing of genes is taking place. The offspring is inheriting the genes from mother also and also from the father. So there is a mixing of genes in sexual reproduction, and because of that the offsprings are different from the parents. They possess the properties or the characteristics of the parents, but they are not exactly similar to the parents. They are little different from the parents. So this is sexual mode of reproduction. It takes place in higher living organisms like plants, animals and human beings. So we have seen that during asexual reproduction, offsprings are almost similar to the parents because one single parent is here. So chances of variation are less because mixing of genes is not taking place. But in case of sexual reproduction, because two parents are involved, so mixing of genes is taking place and this leads to variation. That is why we are different from our parents. We possess the characteristics of both mother also and father also, but we are not the carbon copies of our parents because the mixing of genes is taking place. We are inheriting the genes from both the parents and this leads to variation. So at the time of reproduction, variation occurs. Chances of variation are more in sexual reproduction and chances of variation are less in asexual reproduction. Now another question arises. How the offspring possess the same body design as the parent? This happens because we are inheriting the genes, and genes are present in DNA, which is a segment of chromosome. So chromosome contain DNA and DNA contain genes, and genes are the hereditary units which transmit characters from parents to the offspring. So at the time of reproduction, a very important process takes place, that is DNA copying or DNA replication. So double-stranded DNA replicates or double itself just before the splitting of the cell takes place, and in this way two copies are produced. One copy goes in one daughter cell and another copy goes in another daughter cell, and in this way both the cells get the genetic material, and this is essential for having the same body design. And sometimes some changes may take place at the time of cell division, that is known as mutation, which we will study later. So at the time of reproduction, DNA copies are produced or DNA replication takes place, and this helps in transmitting the characters in all the daughter cells or in all the offsprings. Now we will study the different modes of asexual reproduction. As you all know, in asexual reproduction, one single parent is involved and gametes, or that is the reproductive cells, are absent. So it takes place normally in lower living organisms where the sex cells or sex organs are absent. Now the first method of asexual reproduction is fission. Fission takes place in unicellular organisms. It can be binary fission or multiple fission. In fission, splitting of cell takes place into two daughter cells. Second method is fragmentation. It takes place in simple multicellular organisms, and where body split into fragments and then each fragment grows into new individual. Third method is regeneration. In regeneration, the body divides into pieces, and then each piece regenerate the lost body part or regrow the lost body parts, and in this way from each piece a new individual will be formed. budding. As the name suggests, the reproduction takes place with the help of a bud, which is an outgrowth on the parent body. So this is the method of budding. After that, next is the spore formation. Spore formation you can find in fungus and you can see in some bacteria. In spore formation, the reproduction takes place with the help of microscopic structures called spores. After that comes the vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation takes place in higher living organisms like plants. Here, the reproduction does not take place from the seed, or a new plant is not growing from the seed, but a new plant grows from the non-reproductive parts of the plant like root, stem and leaf. So, in vegetative propagation, the non-reproductive parts, that is the vegetative part of the plant like root, stem and leaf are involved in the process of reproduction. After this, each method or each mode of reproduction we will study in detail. The first mode of asexual reproduction is fission. Fission means splitting. So in fission, one single cell divides into two daughter cells is known as fission. Fission takes place in unicellular organisms like protozoa, bacteria, etc. Examples of protozoa are amoeba, Paramecium, Euglena, Leishmania, etc. In all these, the reproduction takes place by the process of fission. So fission means splitting, and during the process, daughter cells are formed. Now, if two daughter cells are formed, we call it as binary fission. And if many daughter cells are formed, we call it as multiple fission. Binary means two. So if two daughter cells are formed, we call it as binary fission. And if many daughter cells are formed, we call it as multiple fission. Example of binary fission is amoeba, Leishmania, Euglena, etc. And example of multiple fission is Protozoa plasmodium. Protozoa plasmodium is malaria parasite which causes malaria. Now, in binary fission, the splitting can take place in one single orientation, in a single plane, or the splitting can take place in any plane. For example, if you see amoeba, the amoeba is irregular in body shape. So in amoeba, the fission or the splitting into two daughter cells takes place from any plane. As you can see, I am drawing the diagram here. Amoeba, irregular body shape. So the fission or splitting can take place from this side, or the fission or splitting can take place from this side, or the fission can take place from this side. So in any plane, because amoeba is not having a fixed body shape, so splitting can take place from any side or in any plane. But if you see the example of Leishmania, Leishmania is another protozoa which causes a disease known as Kala Azar. Because Leishmania is having a definite body shape, so splitting cannot take place in any plane. In Leishmania, splitting or fission takes place in a definite orientation or in a single plane. So in Leishmania, splitting takes place like this, and in this way two daughter cells will be formed. So binary fission, two daughter cells are formed. Fission can be in any plane, or fission can single plane. What happens in case of multiple fission? In multiple fission, many daughter cells are formed, and multiple fission occurs under unfavorable conditions like high temperature, dry weather, etc., in which the chances of survival of living organism are very less. At this time, multiple fission takes place. So during multiple fission, like in Protozoa plasmodium, that is the malaria parasite, a hard protective covering known as cyst is formed around the cell, and inside this the cell starts dividing into daughter cells, and many daughter cells are formed, and all these daughter cells remain enclosed inside the cyst until and unless the conditions become favorable. When the conditions are favorable, at that time, the cyst bursts open and all the daughter cells are released out. This is the process of multiple fission. So, if you are asked to write difference between binary fission and multiple fission, the first point is two daughter cells are formed. In multiple fission, many daughter cells are formed. Second point, binary fission takes place under favorable conditions and multiple fission takes place under unfavorable conditions. So this is the first method of asexual reproduction, that is fission. And during fission, daughter cells are formed. Second method of asexual reproduction is fragmentation. Fragmentation takes place in simple multicellular organisms like Spirogyra. Spirogyra has filamentous ribbon-shaped body and made up of only few cells. So here the body split into fragments or pieces, and then each fragment develops into new individual. Each fragment develops into new individual. This is fragmentation. Because the body is splitting into fragments or pieces, so the name of the method is fragmentation. Binary fission or multiple fission, that is fission, takes place in unicellular organisms like Amoeba paramecium, but fragmentation takes place in simple multicellular organisms like Spirogyra. So this is the difference. Here also splitting is taking place. In fragmentation also body is splitting into fragments, but this is different from fission because fission takes place in unicellular organism and fragmentation takes place in simple multicellular organisms. Third method is regeneration. As the name suggests, regeneration, regenerate, regrow the lost body parts. Okay, so this method takes place in simple organisms, multicellular organisms, where the organ formation has started, but well-developed reproductive organs are not present. Okay, so regeneration takes place in simple multicellular organisms where organ formation has started. Now, what happens in regeneration? In regeneration, the body again splits into pieces and then each piece develops into new individual. Example, Planaria and Hydra. Planaria and Hydra both show regeneration mode of reproduction. Now, on the board you can see the diagram of Planaria. It is a simple organism, multicellular organism, where the organ formation has started. You can see the tiny little eyes, etc., and little developed body also. So here in Planaria, the body split into pieces, breaks into pieces. It can be any number of pieces. Here I am splitting into 3 pieces. Okay, in this way the body will split into pieces and then each piece will regenerate the remaining lost part. Okay, so first here the head is present. Okay, so the head is or regenerated. The second part. Here in the second picture you can see the middle part of the body is present. So here the head part and the lower part is regenerated. Third, here the lower part is visible, as you can see here. This part. So here only this part is visible in the diagram. So remaining upper body is regenerated here. So regeneration is a method in which the body breaks into pieces and then each piece develops the remaining part or regenerates the lost part. So this takes place in simple multicellular organism where organ formation has started, like planaria. Another example in day-to-day life or in everyday life you have seen of the lizard. If you have seen lizard, many times the tail of the lizard breaks, but after few days you will see the remaining tail regenerates. But lizard is not reproducing by regeneration. Only the body part, that is the tail or the legs or fingers, are regenerating in the lizard. It is not reproducing by regeneration. Lizards reproduce by sexual mode of reproduction. So don't be confused. Planaria, here the body splits and then regenerates the lost part. Lizard example only I have given to explain the meaning of regeneration. Clear everyone? So a question can be asked, what is the difference between fragmentation and regeneration? Okay, so you all can give the answer. Fragmentation takes place in simple multicellular organism where organ formation has not started. Here in regeneration organ formation has started. In both the cases body is split into pieces. So these are the next two methods of reproduction, asexual mode of reproduction. Clear everyone? So earlier we have studied about fission, which takes place in simple unicellular organisms like amoeba. Second, fragmentation, which takes place in simple multicellular organism like Spirogyra. Then regeneration, which takes place in simple multicellular organism with developing organs like planaria and hydra. So till now we have studied three methods of asexual reproduction: fission, fragmentation and regeneration.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe for more.